All right, so welcome everybody. I'm excited for you guys to be here with me, Nurse Renee. You are here because you are interested in the NCLEX review business, okay? 5-day challenge. And today is day one, and we're going to be talking about getting familiar with the NCLEX again, okay? I'm not sure of everyone's background, but it's imperative that if you haven't taken NCLEX within the last couple of years, then it's imperative that this is where you start, okay? Just getting familiar with the resources and getting familiar with how NCLEX has changed over the years. So a little bit about myself. I am Renee Carter, but you will see me using my married name Dyson from time to time. Okay, that's my alias. I am a bachelor's prepared nurse. I've been in OB for the last 5 years. I've done a little travel nursing, and I also have a tutoring company called New Nurse University, Inc. For the last 5 years, I've been tutoring RN/PN students throughout their nursing journey. We help improve academic performance throughout their nursing school journey. So what I do, I take them, after they pass the T's and stuff like that, and all the way up until they are state board candidates. And then they go through the review then. I've had a lot of success with remediating students and getting them to the next level in their career. So I'm pretty happy about that. What prompted me to do this was I'm actually in MSN school at WGU, and my capstone, I'm in my last couple of classes, and my capstone wanted us to create a gap. And I figured the gap was that we don't have enough educators educating our students with NCLEX. Nursing programs, they only teach how to pass exams, but they really don't gear everything towards NCLEX. So we need some more NCLEX review nurse educator consultants here starting up businesses. So that's what led me to do this challenge, just to see, who's interested in if we can all get to the next level together. So enough about me. Let's get into our day one challenge. Okay. Welcome to the people that just came in. You haven't missed anything so far. I was just giving a little bit of background information about myself. So what we're going to be talking about day one is in the NCLEX website. Okay. Recently, within the last, I'll say 2 months, the NCLEX or NCSBN has kind of like separated the state board information from their main website. And so they have a new NCLEX website that explains about the test plans. You can direct the students here for preparation as a candidate. It gives all the information about before, during, and after. And it also helps us as educators to debunk student myths, because they get a lot of misinformation from everywhere. Okay, I'm pretty sure you've heard some things that the students are saying, and I like for them to fact check at the NCSBN website, but now it's the NCLEX website. Okay, another thing we're going to be talking about today is 4 main resources to use for building your review curriculum. Okay, so any questions so far? Does anybody have any questions so far?
I got a real quick question.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to type it into the chat or go ahead and ask?
No, you can go ahead and ask.
Okay, so You said that the NCLEX has a specific website. Is that new or something? Because we always led them to the other website.
Yeah, it is within the last 2 months. It's definitely new. It's NCLEX.com. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's NCLEX.com. And so, and I'll be showing you in a minute what it actually looks like. As far as the website, the number one thing in order to start building your curriculum is getting to that test plan, okay? You're gonna have students coming to you that are RN, PN, some of them are gonna be fresh out of school, some of them are going to be, many, many years out of school. And what's happening now is a lot of people have found a loophole from their state. And let's say somebody is in Florida, right? Let's say they graduated nursing school in 2011 and they didn't took the state boards 3 times in Florida. Okay. The maximum you can take it in Florida, I know, is 3 times. Well, guess what? New York is unlimited. So now they can go get an ATT to test from New York and keep taking an NCLEX as long as they like. Okay. So I have remediated students who have had 14 tries at the NCLEX. Okay. So it's imperative that when you are building out this curriculum, you understand what's in this test plan, because a lot of students don't know how to use it. It is kind of long and drawn out, but I'm going to show you some tricks here today. So what you see on my screen is basically the percentages to questions on the test. Okay. It's the distribution of content. And these are the category client needs that the candidate will be tested on. Okay. So as an educator, it's up to you to be familiar with how much time your content, needs to be in these particular areas. How much, remediation does your student need in these particular areas? Okay. So client needs safe and effective care environment has subcategories. That's what you're seeing here. Management of care and safety and infection control. It is the largest of the exam. Well, management of care is, okay, but it combined is probably, well, physiological integrity has a lot of subcategories too, but students are coming and saying, hey, I had a lot of prioritization. Hey, I had a lot of delegation. And that is what's inside the management of care, okay, category. So we, as educators, we want to keep in mind how much the test is distributing questions in these categories so we can align our content when we are creating our courses, our review, okay, our curriculum. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. If anybody doesn't want to come off mute, and you can just ask your question, and you have a question, you can type it in the chat box. We will be utilizing the chat box for today. So I'm going to put that website in the chat box. If you want to go, I think it's NCLEX.com, and you can go and see about where you can get the test plan, and you can see what's inside of it. The next thing is 3 myths the NCLEX website can clarify. I send all my students to the website, okay, because I don't want them spreading misinformation. And why is this important to tonight's theme? Because you have to be knowledgeable. You have to show up as a thought leader, right? If you're going to be establishing a review, you're the expert. Okay. And the expert, we use evidence-based practice as nurses, right? And we have to know where to get the information from. So one of the things most of my students my candidates come and say to me is, I've tested, when my exam cuts off at 75, that means I automatically fail. And I'm like, well, no, that's not entirely true. Okay. You can pass or fail at 75 questions. And the NCLEX.com website will tell you that, okay? Because what they do is 75 is the minimum that questions you can take, okay? And so 15 of those don't even count. 15 are pilot questions where they're just introducing new questions to see the validity and the reliability of the question. And then 60 questions. You have to get consistent within 60 questions in order to pass. If they figure out, you know, that CAT adaptive testing, if they figure out with that 95% confidence rule that you are inconsistent within that 60, you fail at 75, okay? If they can't figure it out, then more questions are given to the candidate. Okay, so we have to utilize that NCLEX.com website first. Another thing is they always say, if I get all the questions, I pass. That's not entirely true either. They have rules, okay? They have rules on the NCLEX website. And once you reach a certain point, if you get all the questions, right, it comes down to, they're going to use your whole exam, but if you're above passing, their passing standard, I should say, you pass. If you are below, you fail. Okay, so we want to clarify and make things clear for our candidates so they can be successful. All right, this also reduces anxiety, which should also be a part of your curriculum. And then another thing is, my teacher told me that the select all that apply cannot be all or only one answer. Well, let me tell you, they changed it. And they actually changed it in 2017. But not everyone got the memo because not everyone is looking at the frequently asked questions on the site. Okay, so they changed it because now it can be one, if it's a select auto apply, or it can be all. Because if all the answers apply, why wouldn't you select all the answers, right? If only one applies to that scenario question, just select one. Okay, but we have conditioned our students to, you know, it cannot be all and it cannot be only one. So they changed it and now we have to unlearn this practice. All right, so I am going to share my screen and go to the NCLEX so we can go ahead and like give it. I can give you an example of what I'm talking about. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? All right, so what you're looking at here now is the new NCLEX website. They branched off from NCSBN. It's still NCSBN because they're the regulatory body, but this is specific to NCLEX now, okay? And like I said, they have the registration process, how to prepare, be ready for exam day, and how to get your results. Okay, so if any of the candidates are coming to you and they have questions, you direct them to this website. Preparing is where you go and get your test plans, right? So what is the test plan? It gives you the needs category of each client. There's one for RN and PN. You can download it, okay? The quickest way to get familiar with the test plan is through Kaplan. Kaplan has essentially created, like kind of like recreated a condensed NCLEX test plan. And I'll be showing that to you in a minute. But here are your test plans, getting more information. They should have FAQs, I direct the students to the FAQs, okay? There's been some COVID-19 impact changes, right? Educators can come here and get more information. How the NCLEX works, I direct candidates to this one most often, all right? Because they have rules. They have rules that determine or not about I'm trying to see where the tutorial is. So they have a candidate tutorial that's like set up like the NCLEX. I know many of the question banks are set up like the NCLEX, but there's nothing like the true tried thing. NCLEX practice exam. So let's talk about this practice exam, right? So I've had students come to me and say, hey, I've taken this practice exam and I got a low score. How can I give my rationales? Well, they don't give rationales with this $150 practice exam. And so I feel like it's not beneficial for candidates to take this when they're studying for NCLEX, okay? And that's just my opinion. Only because as an educator, I understand that students need to know where they messed up at in order to improve. And so if they're taking a practice exam and you don't give them, you only give them a percentage of what they got right or wrong, and you don't let them see and go back and see what they got wrong, they'll never be able to connect the dots. So yes, they do have a practice exam, but they do not give the answers or rationales to the exam, the practice exam that they take. I'm trying to see where the rules are. Passing standard, computer adaptive testing. So you can find more information about, so this is how the CAT test is, if you've never seen this. Anybody ever watched this video before about the adaptive testing? Okay. This gives you a better understanding of how questions are distributed to the NCLEX candidates. All right. And then here are the rules. There they are. Okay. So when the candidate goes along in their exam, right, there are rules that come into play at different intervals So the most common one that is used is the 95 confidence interval rule, where at a later date, you can watch the video and it explains more about that. They have a maximum length exam rule where if you run out of time, oh no, that's not run out of time. Maximum length rule is if you get all the questions in the exam, then, if you're above passing, you pass. If you're below standard, you fail. And then they have a run out of time rule. So these three rules come into play, and your candidates need to understand that. And you're the expert. So please make sure you get familiar with these three rules and how they affect the candidate. And so you can help them reduce some of their anxiety. Okay, so that is in a nutshell about the NCLEX website. I am going to go back to my PowerPoint, and we are going to do a icebreaker, because why wouldn't I get to know my people? So right now, icebreaker number one is, I want everyone to go around and introduce themselves, okay? Please state your name, state where you are from, the state that you are from, and your nursing background. I'd like to get to know you guys a little bit better. And I'd like to, after this day, create like a Facebook community where we can all get together and ask questions about NCLEX, okay? and just start. And like I said, in the downloads, this is a chance to network with people who are in your industry doing what you want to do, and build a strong network of educators, because we need each other, right? Okay, so without further ado, who'd like to start?
I can start.
Okay.
I am Alicia Kimber. I am located in Tennessee. I am a family nurse practitioner going on 5 years. And I just wanted to expand my nursing career by teaching because it's a deficit in nursing educators down south.
Absolutely. Okay, nice to have you, Alicia. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go. I'm Latorian. I'm in Georgia. I just graduated in May with my MSN in nursing education. I always knew I wanted to go in education from when I first started nursing school. Actually, when I went to orientation, they asked like, what would you want to be like your final career? And I was like, education. I actually wanted to be the dean of a nursing school. But now I'm shifting more towards I want to own my own. And so I'm trying to get into teaching and tutoring and stuff. And I'm currently working with one student, but I feel like I'm not going in a good direction. So that's why I joined this, to kind of get some feedback or something that I need that can help me to help her.
Awesome. Thank you for coming. That's amazing. Congratulations on your MSN degree.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, who's next?
So, my name is Paula Jackson. I'm in Illinois and been a nurse for 25 years. Spent the last 10 years being a nurse educator. I'm currently teaching LPN students now, and also tutor students, not in NCLEX, but like, pharmacology and AMP, things of that nature.
Okay, all right. Thank you for coming, Paula.
Thank you.
Is Paula or Paulette?
Paulette.
Paulette. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Who's next?
I will go. Hello, my name is Nikesha. I have my bachelor's in nursing. I'm currently working as the ADON at the facility that I'm at. And I did staff development, so I love to teach. And I took some of the upcoming nurses that are going to school now, some of the CNAs that's in nursing school.
Mhm.
So I just want to get more insight of, how I can better help them with their studies.
Awesome. Thank you for coming. All right. Who's next? I'm excited.
I can go, Renee.
Okay. Hi, Mary.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
Obviously, Renee and I know each other already. I'm Mary Lou, and I am from Illinois as well. I've been a nurse for 43 years, and an educator for about, gosh, probably 30 something of those years. And I'm now to the point in my career where I am, and I've worked full-time in education really since, gosh, 1993, I think. And I didn't get my master's until 2013. Before that, I was teaching skills and running a skills lab and all that sort of stuff. And then I got my master's right at the end of that. So a lot of my teaching is in skills and simulation, although I have taught most courses, except like the critical care type things. That's not my thing.
Okay.
But I guess you could call semi-retired, and I am teaching part-time teaching TEAS course and have done things with NCLEX in the past. And I just like to check out what's going on currently.
Okay. All right. So you're the simulation guru, huh?
Yeah, we
All
hope so.
right. Okay. Is that everyone? Did I get everyone? I think that's everyone. Okay. And so you can see the icebreaker screen, right? That I'm
Yes.
sharing. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. So thank you guys for coming once again, like I said. And I am looking forward to getting to know you guys even better once we create this group. All right, so let's get into it. The main resources. What are the three main resources that you need in order to start your curriculum? Well, first things first, let's talk about content, okay? You need to have a comprehensive review book. A comprehensive review book such as Saunders or Marianne Hogan. Now, let me tell you the difference between this comprehensive review, Pearson Reviews and Rationales. Saunders is set up by Body System, and the Marianne Hogan is set up by NCLEX category needs. Okay. For your sanity, when you're creating your curriculum and when you're creating your content, you know, picking out the information that you need, you have to choose one or the other. And it's going to help you kind of like elaborate on the different things that you want your candidates to learn from your program. Okay. Now, is that saying recopy the entire textbook? No, man. No, not at all. You go in and use it as a recipe book. You pick what you need at the time for that category, what you feel like is need to know. All right. And you put that into your curriculum. You put that into your objectives and whatever you want to track, and you put that into your course. All right. Because all of this review that you're going to be creating, you have to basically, you will be creating a course, right? A pre-recorded course so that your students can progress through your program, okay? And we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the challenge. Other resources, there is another content resource for PN. This is the latest edition. It is 8th edition. If you guys need the links, they have them on Amazon, and you can rent them for free at the library. Okay. So if you want your own textbook, then buy it from Amazon. But if you want to just rent it just so you can get your courses done, then or get your content down, then I would suggest you do that. Okay, we're utilizing free all the way. Another resource you want to have in a part of your curriculum. So content is going to be a part of your curriculum, if I didn't say that before. Strategies is another thing that's going to be a part of your curriculum. Okay, so not only do you want to utilize the test plan, right? We went over that before. There's an RN one and a PN one for your blueprint, but you want to utilize content sources and strategy sources. Saunders has a strategies for test success. I'm pretty sure API has one, and Kaplan has a strategies book as well. Okay. I really like Kaplan for their strategies, and students will be gathering strategies from everywhere. All right. The point is you want them to have some type of backup plan when they are answering questions. So that's why strategies needs to be a part of your curriculum. Okay. Again, do you rewrite the whole strategies textbook and put it into your curriculum or content. No, you take what you need and you expound on it. All right. You create your own strategy, pretty much your own strategy content in the way that you break down questions, you teach it to them. Okay. But the strategies for test success is going to be your baseline. We know all about baseline, right? It's going to be your blueprint. So let these resources be your blueprint to get started. Okay. So before we get to the icebreaker number 2, one slide that is not on here is the third thing that needs to be a part of your curriculum, which is content. Sorry, we already went over content. It's questions, right? I know you're dying to like, wait, what question bank do I go to? So question banks, you can either have the students sign up for one, or you can create your own question bank. Now, what's the easiest thing to do to have a part of your curriculum? Have the students sign up for one. Okay. Now, whether you include it in your pricing, that's another story. But have the students sign up for the most recent and most common question banks, which I'm gonna show you guys. So I'm gonna stop sharing. And we are going to go to all right, so let's go to UWorld here. Everybody loves UWorld, right? I know you've heard that a million times. UWorld, UWorld, UWorld. UWorld is the best.
Not like
Yeah.
world.
Right? I like UWorld too. It's very, very, very robust. It has a lot of good rationales and it's very colorful. I love colors. As you can tell, my branding is also colorful. The thing I would say where people have their downfall is that they do it too many times. Okay, they do it too many times and they start remembering and memorizing questions. So they're doing themselves a disservice because, you know, they know that answer, but when it shows up differently on in the actual NCLEX, they can't answer the question. Okay, so on UWorld, this is a question bank. It's very expensive, but it's worth it, especially if you have to have, I think they have a demo here. This is what I want to show you guys. Where is it? It's very expensive, but you know, a lot of the students like it, so. They have a faculty portal. Let's just choose something. Let's see what we got. View demo. So when you come to the page and you click on RN or PN, you can view a demo, and it's, like I said, set up just like the actual NCLEX, which the students like. Okay. It's tutor mode. They have timed mode, right? You can suggest either one. For my students, I suggest first starting out when they lack content, they have a content deficit that's really bad, they need the rationales right away so they can understand and move on. Okay, we're not spending a lot of time doing time tests. And let's see, they have it by systems. Okay, so adult health, child health, critical care. When they're first starting out, I suggest students also go ahead and learn by systems. And I say that even though, yes, NCLEX is comprehensive, right? It's a comprehensive exam, but I want them to learn by systems so they can pick up on the patterns of that said system. They can learn the system, right? In one study session, I always recommend, you know, if they're doing adult health, which is med-surg, you want to refresh adult health content adult health medications and nursing roles, and then answer adult health questions. And that repetition is going to have them picking up on the pattern of adult health. So when they do get adult health questions in a comprehensive exam, guess what? They know it. They can answer it. Doesn't matter when you get a respiratory. You may get a respiratory and then a delegation, or you may get a respiratory and then a, prioritization. But the main thing that you want them to know is that when they have an adult health question, that they can answer it. Okay, that's progress. So if they're getting, 70s in leadership and management, but they're getting 40s and 30s in adult health, you know which area to focus on. Okay, and so it helps with that progression part of your curriculum. And let's see. We're just gonna do one question. Let's see if we could just do one question on here. Cardiovascular is my favorite. Everybody hate cardiac. Let's see. I just want to do one question. Oh, okay. Demo version is restricted to a test of 25 questions only in tutor mode. Okay, fine, whatever. And so, like I said, set up just like NCLEX, right? Okay, if you haven't taken NCLEX for a long time, if you had a paper exam for NCLEX, this is now what it looks like. So I want you guys to go ahead and try to answer this question.
Three and five for sure.
Yeah.
Or iffy because you need soap and water. You can use the sanitizer, but you still need soap and water.
Open water for C. diff. Yeah.
Yeah, for C. diff. So I
Yeah.
say 3 and 5. You don't have to wear a surgical mask
Or sterile gloves.
and sterile gloves. Yeah. Just
Okay. So we all educators here. We all know this, right? But our candidates are going to be flustered because they're like, oh my God, it's a SATA. So when that happens, you have to help them break the questions down. We know we don't use surgical gloves, right? But I like to ask the students, hey, what makes number 1 wrong?
Mhm.
Tell me why it's wrong, or tell me why you're picking number 3. They have to have their own rationales, and you are the educator, the expert that is basically seeing where their thought process is. If you want a successful candidate in your program, you got to survey them. You have to do a focus assessment and understand where they're coming from. If their rationales are not matching the questions and the reasons why, they have work to do. Okay. Very good.
Yay.
All right, enough of that. All right, so CAP test. Kaplan has a question bank as well. It's the cheapest. You can only buy the Q bank, right? They have all types of, let's see, NCLEX RN. They have all types of, question banks for different disciplines. I like for my students to go through Kaplan. Kaplan is very challenging. It makes them feel like they don't know anything versus, UWorld that they may seen the question 3 or 4 times and now they memorize the answers. All right. They don't have a demo. They have a demo, but it's like a whole practice exam. Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to look for their $99 option. I forgot how I got to it the last time. Let's see, learn more, let's learn more. And now they're coming up with this Affirm and Afterpay and Sezzle and Klarna, where they can make payments on their purchases. So that's an advantage to us, okay? For them to have for them if they have to purchase outside of our program that we're offering. But Kaplan goes by, so you saw how you will win by the systems, right? Kaplan goes by the needs categories, the NCLEX test plan. And if you want to align your curriculum that way and go through the test plan that way, you definitely can. So here you got to scroll all the way down. So if you click the $3.99 option and scroll all the way down, it reveals the $99 option. Okay, it's the cheapest thing. They get it for 180 days, unlike UWorld where they're paying like $160 for 30 days. Okay. And so as an educator, you want to be able to point your candidate that comes to you in your review and say, hey, you know, this is where you can go. Or you can include it into your pricing for the candidate in your program and say, oh, it comes with Kaplan Access. Does that make sense?
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right. So they have a $99 option. Another one is Hearst. They have another question bank is Hearst. They have a cheap option as well. I think it's like 107. Their rationales are really good. They have plans as well. And I'm not sure if they're doing like theirs is 109. They get 1,500 questions, 30-day access. It doesn't come with any content, but it says content-rich rationales, okay? So if you want to work through questions with your students, then you definitely want to have them have these options. Now, this is they are part of the big four, ATI, Kaplan, Hearst, right? And now UWorld. So those are the question banks that we have here. Okay, so back to this. Any questions?
I got a real quick one.
Mhm.
The ATI, Kaplan, Hearst, and UWorld. I know UWorld is for your practical nurse. Is the ATI, Kaplan, and Hearst for the practical nurse as well?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Mhm. All right, so icebreaker number 2, I want you guys to guess. Guess the year I established my NCLEX review.
Can we type it in the chat?
Yeah, you can.
I guess.
Oops.
Was it 2015? I can't remember.
I thought
If
2016.
you follow
I don't
me.
Just read it. I can't remember.
If you rock with me like that, right? What did I just have?
You just had an anniversary,
I
right?
did, yes. How many years?
5.
2006. Was it 5?
2016. They got it in the chat.
Okay, I got
Alicia got it.
2016. Okay.
Alicia, Noemi. Yes, Paulette. Okay, yes, 2016. So guess what, guys? I'm so unorthodox. I'm such a unicorn. Like I just do my own thing whenever, okay? And so I passed my state boards in 2016 in April, and I was already tutoring since 2014. But I didn't establish my entity until 2016 November, okay? And so I had tutored a lot of students between 2014 and 2016 for free, right? Just trying to build my stamina up, just trying to see if I could create a transformation in a student. Okay. And then At first I started out with content, then I dabbled in strategies. And then over those 2 years, I ended up putting it all together. Okay, so I had much success with test taking strategies, let me tell you. Okay, because people are looking for a way, if they know the content, they're looking for a way to break down those questions. Okay, so even if you just wanted a review where you just did test taking strategies, it can be very lucrative for you. All right. But I just encourage you guys, it needs to be a part of your curriculum for sure. Okay. So here is an NCLEX style question for you guys. Again, go ahead, read it and try to decipher. We're just getting in the candidate mood, right? Like we're candidates again.
Okay. This is a priority question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh no, I'm stuck between 1 and 3.
Oh,
Me too. I'm leaning more
I don't
toward,
like a student.
yeah, I'm leaning more toward 1 though.
Me
'Cause that
too.
headache, that headache.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
what getting me.
Yeah.
When
I
they
think
have that little
Yeah.
pressure pulling on them, then that they can
Make
go in that
sure you-
autonomic reflex
Or
stuff.
some type of shock for the quad patients. I can't remember.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like that autonomic to something when it like something pressing on something. Yeah,
Autonomic
that's what I'm thinking.
dysreflexia.
Yeah, I think number 1, because number 3 will be stacking. Has
No.
the temperature 102.3.
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna reveal the answers at the end. So let's do the other one.
Oh, okay.
I mixed up the slides though.
Ugh.
Abdominal pain, unknown etiology, number 4.
You mean history of the liver disease? You said 4.
Put 3, cause why we giving them
3.
colates if they don't know what's going on?
Going on with the stomach. I'm looking at 4 though. History of liver disease. That's some pharmacology right here because I don't know what the folate means. Right.
I
So
don't know.
you just gonna give up, huh?
It's either between 3 or 4. I'm like,
3. It's 3.
All right.
Yeah, because don't give them that we don't know what's going on.
Okay. I see you guys in the chat. All right. I'm gonna give you the answer in a minute. This is fun. All right, number 3.
I don't know. This 1, I guess. I don't know. Is he somebody telling him to jump? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we need a history first. I don't know. Assess. Let's assess. I don't know.
Listen, now you're reading into the question, talking about a history. You better stick to what's there.
You do want to assess first. Number 1,
I don't
is
know.
he hearing voices?
that's what the hallucin cry. Well, we don't know. I'm gonna say
Are you
1.
hearing what's causing you to jump off? Want to jump off the bridge?
Yeah,
I think number 1 is.
I'm gonna say 1.
Let's go 1. I don't know.
Okay, if I lose you guys, just stay
4.
on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
If I lose you guys, just stay on. I'll be right back because it's saying that I've been signed out. Quit. Okay, so let me see something.
1.
All right, so here I'm gonna give you the answers. Let me stop sharing because I think it's on here. Let's see. Where is it? I don't even know. Okay. I think it closed, but I got it here. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. Should have been more prepared, right? Okay. So I'm going to review the answers. So that first question that I gave you guys, the answer, let's go back to it. So this question. So this one is A client who is quadriplegic and is complaining of a severe headache. It says a severe headache is a symptom of autonomic dysreflexia,
You was
a
right.
possible
You
life-threatening
got it.
complication
That's what I
of
said.
quadriplegia.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna forever remember that because I had a patient have that and I didn't know what was going on. And it was the Foley. The Foley was causing him to have it. Yeah.
Okay. It says a pressure ulcer and an elevated temperature indicates some type of infection and need to be further assessed, but are not potentially life-threatening complications.
Right.
Right-sided weakness is an expected complication of stroke.
Mhm.
Constipation does not have priority of A. And so when we're doing these questions with our candidates, we want to help them to understand why the other answer choices are wrong. Okay. So just make sure you show them where to go get that information, because a lot of them come back, I don't, what's a quadriplegic? Or they're like, they have no clue about what autonomic dysreflexia even is. So this question is C, or number 3. Abdominal pain of unknown etiology. It says Ducosate is a stool softener. Stool softeners and laxatives are contraindicated in clients experiencing abdominal pain of unknown etiology. Since they may exacerbate an unknown problem. Stool softeners such as Colace are often used to prevent straining. 4 is not contraindicated in the use of Colace. And 3 is number 1. The priority assessment is to determine the presence of a command hallucination.
Oh, hallucinations, right. Okay.
Which can be encouraging the client to harm himself or others. 2, 3, and 4 are important evaluations, but they do not have a priority of A. Can you see my screen? Am I sharing my screen?
No.
Oh,
Okay. And so today's keyword, thank you, Mary. Today's keyword for clues is assess.
Ah.
Okay, somebody write that down for me. Let me write it down. We want to pick assessment answer choices that's going to pull further information from the questions, right? And that is something that we can teach our students or candidates as a test taking strategy. Even if they don't have any bolded keywords in the question, we still want them to look for keywords and be a detective and use them as clues so they can break down the question. Okay. So that is going to conclude our day one. I'm going to open it up for questions. Anybody
Cool.
have? Go ahead.
The NCLEX, so the little on NCLEX.com, the breakdown that you showed us,
Mhm.
is that a breakdown for no matter what state you in? That's how many questions gonna be on. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, because it's a national exam. And so that test plan is for everyone. Yep. Even the people in Canada.
Okay.
And something about that, you will get students, international students as well. I have remediated and tutored in people from India, Nigeria, Jamaica. So really technically, if you wanted to say, my company is kind of like global because I do take on international students as well.
Okay.
All right. Was this helpful for you as a day one challenge?
Yes, it was.
Awesome.
Yes, it's very helpful. Thank you.
You are
It was very helpful for me because I didn't even know that they had separated it from the
Yeah.
NC. Yeah, and I didn't even know that. So it was very helpful.
And so one thing I want all of you guys to do is go to like the NCSBN website, and I want you to sign up for their newsletter, because how I found out, they sent me an email. Okay. And so as an educator, you want to stay very connected to NCSBN, because they give you more information on the NGN, the new NCLEX that's coming up. They send you I think it's like, what do they call them? I forget what they call them, but they are like little newsletters to let you know the progress they're making towards the new NGN NCLEX. Okay, that's coming out in 2023.
I was just getting ready to ask you. So it's 2023 that it's changing over.
Yes.
Okay.
2023. They already got the questions. They're trying to figure out how to score them. They already have the different types of case studies that they are going to implement. A conference was just in September. So I was able to go to the conference, and they broke down really how they are getting ready to change up this NCLEX. And let me tell you, it's very confusing. Very confusing, yes. But it's not anything, it's not like new content, because content does not change over the evidence-based practice. So the content's still the same. It's just how they delivering the content and questions to the students. So, it's like an unfolding case study now on NCLEX. And that's what their research questions are giving them now that don't count. So they do get special research questions, and they're introducing the new NGN questions, but they just don't count. Okay, and I will be revealing some of that throughout the challenge, if you guys can show up on the different days. I look forward to seeing you on day 2. Let me know if you can't make it. I'll send you the replay. Everybody here is going to get the replay, okay? So don't worry about not don't worry about not missing. Don't worry about missing the challenge days, or if you can only come for a certain amount of time, and then you have to leave. So I enjoyed everyone here. Once again, thank you so much. I hope everything wasn't too confusing. And I will see you guys for day 2.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.